There are a lot of trials being updated at this ASH meeting. So just very quickly, there's the Insight BET inhibitor. There is the Sumitomo PIM kinase inhibitor that I'm certainly watching closely as the data evolve and are updated with more and more patients. Both are very active drugs that could, go on to later phase trials. And then, there are, for example, in systemic mastocytosis, there are bezuclastinib data being updated in both the advanced setting and the non-advanced setting. Navtemadlin has 2 oral presentations this year at ASH. That's the MDM2 inhibitor from Kartos, oral agent being developed in the suboptimal setting, in patients who've been on ruxolitinib. Intriguing presentation from my colleague from MD Anderson, Lucia Masarova, on umbilical cord derived T-cell regulatory T cells in myelofibrosis. So a lot of these agents, are still somewhat early. For example, this one, it's a small presentation on 9 patients, but then you have the others that I mentioned, the BET inhibitor, the PIM kinase inhibitor, Navtemadlin. Obviously, a lot of interest around these, and we're going to watch these going forward. Elritercept is a novel activin receptor ligand trap from a company called Keros, which is designed for anemia of both myelofibrosis and MDS. That's being also presented by Claire Harrison. So all of these are drugs to watch, but I would also say, if you look at the agents that are already in phase 3, I think it's helpful to just quickly enumerate those. So imetelstat in the post-JAK inhibitor, sort of JAK inhibitor failure setting, that's the IMPACT MF trial, waiting for the results of that. Luspatercept for anemia in transfusion requiring patients on JAK inhibitors, that's in a fully accrued phase 3, so we await the results of those. We just talked about Navtemadlin, that's in the suboptimal setting, getting started with its phase 3 trial. And then there's selinexor, a lot of excitement around that in the frontline setting with ruxolitinib versus ruxolitinib and placebo. So all these different trials are all in phase 3, so all are pretty advanced. But as you can see, in different sort of settings, you have JAK inhibitor failure, you have suboptimal, you have frontline, you have anemia-directed. So these are the agents in phase 3 testing right now, and then we already talked about the earlier agents.